Hello everybody, I believe we are live. My laptop I can't see at the moment because we're running malware programs on it and it's only halfway through, so I really need your help in just typing something into the chat section to let me know that you can see my screen and hear my voice, please. You can just type in a 1 and I'll know everything's okay, and that way we can get on with what I've got for you today, because this is something that I see people doing wrong so often, and so often I'm called in to get them out of a mess they've got into because they don't understand this part of the business. So you can just let me know that you can see my screen and hear my voice. Just type a 1 into the chat box and I'll know that things are working as they should be. Anybody, let me know that you can hear me. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much, Shakira. Thank you. Okay, as I say, this is something that constantly I'm having to go through with people because they're getting this wrong and losing money is what it boils down to. It's largely because many of the people that try to get into an online business or want to get into an online business really do not have a business background, so they don't understand things, and they get wrapped up in all sorts of things that are making a few people some money, but they're not. I'm just trying to find out how I get back to this normal view. Here we go. Well, what they get presented with is they get something like this: join our team, you'll earn residual income and you'll live the life of your dreams. That's great. You just got to buy this and make money. Hey, just buy the thing. And so it sounds great. And they see pay plans and they see testimonials from people that are making thousands of dollars, and they see pictures of big houses and vacations, and they get involved. And look, I've got nothing against recurring income. Recurring income should be the foundation of your business. But you've got to understand that you've got recurring expenses to get that recurring income. So what is it that you actually need? What do you need in order to succeed? Because you've got to be thinking along these lines before you start spending money on other things. And what you need are tools. If you were given an acre of ground and it was covered in weeds and things, and you wanted to grow corn, what would you do? Would you go out there and start scratching around with your bare hands to pull out all the weeds and try and make the ground clean so that you could then go and buy some seed to plant by sticking your finger into little holes and putting the seed in? You wouldn't, would you? It just wouldn't make sense. You know that it would take you a lifetime just to clear that acre of ground of the weeds, and by the time you'd got to the end, they'd be as big as they were before at the beginning. You need tools, and the better the tools are, the quicker you'll be able to do this, and the better you'll be able to actually achieve your goal, which is to clear all the weeds and plant the maize and harvest the crop. And that is what business is about, and you need tools in your business. So before you start thinking about joining this because it's great and you'll get residual income and you'll make a lot of money, think about what you're going to need. So what do you need? Well, I'm going to tell you what you need for your business. You need an autoresponder. And most autoresponders are going to cost you around $20 a month, and they'll increase in price the more subscribers you have. It doesn't matter when they start increasing in price, because you will be building a very large list and you will be making money. But initially, when you're getting started, you've got to know that you're going to have $20 a month going out for an autoresponder before you've got any money coming in. And why do you need an autoresponder? You need it because you need to build a list. The money is in the list and the fortune is in the follow-up. And so you need your autoresponder, you need somewhere to place your leads, and the autoresponder will store them. It will automatically follow up on your prospects for you, and it will allow you to broadcast messages to them and build rapport with them. You need an autoresponder. The next thing you need is a domain name, and I've got that in $1 a month because more or less they are $12 a year. You might find some that are a bit dear and you might find some that are a little bit less expensive. But generally speaking, for a .com domain, which I would recommend, it's going to cost you about $12 a year. You won't be able to pay it monthly. You'll have to pay annually, but it's only around about $12. Even if it's $15, it's still around about $1 a month. Why do you need a domain name? Because you're going to need a website. You're going to need your own website. And you're going to need the ability to use that domain name to redirect people to different offers and things. And you can do that in lots of ways, which I'm not going to get into today. But you need a domain name. And ideally, you need a generic domain name. Now, if you're thinking of selling this business in the future, then you would want a domain name like How to Make Money Online, but that will be gone. But there are things like that. You need something generic that is about whatever you're doing, how to train your dog, whatever niche you're in. If you're not thinking of selling it, but you're using it as something that you're going to build and live with and retire with, then I would recommend that you got a domain which was yourname.com. So if your name is Sandra Bullock, sandrabullock.com, although because that's a famous name, I think there's a film star in it, then that domain would probably be gone. So you might have to go with Sandra or Sandra Jennifer Bullock, or whatever your middle name is, .com, this sort of thing. Okay, so you might have to use a bit of imagination, but you need a domain name. Not expensive, but you need it. What else do you need? You need the hosting, because you're going to set up your own website. You can't be serious about running an online business without your own website. Nobody that is making a lot of money online is doing it without their own website, or in many cases, websites. A lot of people that are making a lot of money have not one website, but many of them. But to get started, you need at least one. And your hosting for a website is going to cost you around about $7 a month for good hosting. What else do you need? You need backup. You need automated backup of everything that you're doing, which is going to go into the cloud and not on your computer and not to an external drive. You want it backed up away from your home, so that if you have a fire and your computer and everything is destroyed, you've got access to all the files that were there. If somebody comes in and burgles your home or steals your phone or your computer or whatever, your files aren't lost. They are still available to download. If you get a new computer and you want to move files over, you can do that by downloading the information that you've automatically backed up. And it's not that expensive, and you do need it, because if you don't have this, sooner or later you will lose valuable, vital information. I know from personal experience, and I know from other people, if you don't back things up, you're going to regret it. So you need your backup, and those are going to cost you, automated backup, going to cost you about $8 a month. You also need the ability to track and test everything that you're doing, how you're doing it, so that you know what's working and what isn't, so that you're not wasting time and so that you're not wasting money. You cannot build a successful online business without knowing where your money is coming from and how you're generating it, so that you can scale up on the things that are successful and cut out the things that aren't successful. And you can get started with tracking and testing for around about $12 a month. Some of these things have free trials to get you started, but they don't last for long, so I'm putting in the price that you will have to pay once free trials end. It might be 14 days, they might be 30 days, sometimes you might get a couple of months, but eventually this is what you're going to have to pay. So if you add that lot up, you're looking at $48 a month, and that's before you start with anything else. So you've got to have this built into your budget. It's no good somebody coming to you, join this, make money, have a wonderful lifestyle, because it's not going to happen, because you need the tools so that you can do a professional job. If you're not doing a professional job and you're messing around, you're going to get messing around results, which means you're going to have an expensive hobby rather than a profitable business. Are there any options on this? Yes, there are. I can show you a place where you can get the autoresponder, the hosting and the backup, all for just $7 a month. And it's very reasonable quality service that you get there. The autoresponder hasn't got all the bells and whistles that one at $20 a month would have, but it'll still store all your addresses, it'll still get your messages delivered, it'll still allow you to broadcast to your messages. The backup is as good as any that you would pay for at a higher price elsewhere, and the hosting is as good and better than most that you would pay $7 a month for. So I can tell you where you can get that, all for $7 a month. But even then, you're still going to need the tracking and testing, the domain name, and so it's still going to cost you at least $20 a month. So whether you're paying $48 a month or $20 a month, you've got to build that in. That is ongoing expenses. That is like your rent and rates if you had a shop. That is what you need, and that is what you're going to have to pay, and that is what you're going to have to cover before you start making a profit. Okay? That's your standard fixed costs, if you like. And they're only fixed to the point that the same rental is fixed. Every now and again they come along, if you're renting a shop, and they say, okay, you've had this shop for 3 years now and it's the end of your 3-year lease period. If you want to extend it for another 3 years, it's going to be more expensive. And the same thing is going to happen with your essential tools here, because they will either put up the price or you will build to a larger list and it'll go up. But initially what you're looking at is round about $48 a month or round about $20 a month. And let me tell you folks, these are not optional. If you are serious about making money online, these are not optional. The only way these are optional is if you don't care whether you make money or not. Okay? You need all these things that I've been talking about here. They are things that you must have. If you don't have them, you will not be successful. Okay, so that's what we're starting with. You've got these as fixed costs. The next thing you need is traffic. You need traffic to your website. This is the thing that people ask me about most. How do I get traffic to my website? They've not even considered these other things. They're spending money on some program. They're paying $125 or $200 a month, $250 a month sometimes, because they've been told that they get this, they make money and they live a great lifestyle. And then they say, how do I get traffic to it? And the best way is to buy traffic. Well, I've been told you can get free traffic. There is no such thing as free traffic. Free traffic has a cost in the same way that paid traffic has a cost. The cost is in time spent and time getting the traffic. If you're looking at what is classed as free traffic, it is expensive in time and it takes a long time to deliver. If you are prepared to wait 6 to 12 months to build up a good free traffic supply, then dedicate yourself to it for 6 to 12 months. And at the end of 6 or 12 months, you will start to see traffic coming in quantities and gradually increasing that will get you where you want to go. But it takes time, and it will take a lot of time and effort on your part. You would need to be spending, to get to a situation where to build a significant business, you would probably need to be spending 3 to 4 hours a day minimum for 6 to 12 months minimum before you start getting any real results from that free traffic. If you want fast success, you need to have a budget built in to buy traffic, and buying traffic can become free. If you're spending $100 a month on traffic and making $100 a month in sales, that traffic is free traffic. You're getting that traffic and it's costing you nothing net, because it's costing you 100 up front, but you're getting 100 back in. So what are you getting out of it? You say, well, I'm making nothing on that. You're building your list, and your list is going to produce income for you over a period of time. People, as I say, don't understand business when they get involved in an online business. Think about it logically. If you were building a block of shops that you were going to rent out, you would have to put in the investment into getting those shops all built. Once they were built, you would have to put money into advertising them so that people would come and rent them. And once they were renting them, over a period of time, you would gradually make back your investment. And then you would be at a break-even point. And then the more rentals that come in, you would start to generate a profit, and it would all take time. And that is a normal business sequence. If you go out and you buy a franchise for $50,000, a $50,000 franchise will make you around about $10,000 a month pure profit after you've paid wages. That's how they work out franchise fees. They say, what is it worth per year? 10,000, 5 years profits, 50,000. That's what we'll sell it for. Okay. So if you spent 50,000 on a franchise, after you'd paid your wages and things, you'd be making 10,000. So it would take you 5 years to break even on your investment. And then you would be making a profit. And you've got to understand that that's the way business works, not just offline, but online as well. Online, it can happen faster, and your expenses needn't be as big to start up. We've already said that you can get away with around about $20 a month for your fixed expenses to get started, plus your traffic. And if you can get to the point where your traffic is roughly breaking even, then you're building your business for profit in the future. But you've got to build in that budget for traffic, unless you are prepared to spend 4 hours a day for 6 to 12 months to generate what is classed as free traffic by people. Okay, So you need to have a budget for traffic. How much budget do you need? The more, the better. If you've got $1,000 a month that you can spend on traffic, that's great. But you don't go and spend $1,000. You don't go somewhere and say, look, I've got $1,000 here, send me traffic to this website. And I've seen people do that. I've seen people do that to a greater extent. I've had people come to me saying, can you help me? Yeah, what's your problem? Well, I bought all this stuff over here for $5,000. Okay, they get involved in some MLM company for $5,000. And then they went out and spent another $15,000 on traffic. And they've got a massive list of 6,000 people. Nobody's bought anything and nobody opens their emails. The list is worthless. They spent 20 grand. They don't know how they're going to pay off the credit card because they stuck it all on a credit card. And they say, can you help me? Because they didn't plan, they didn't budget things in. You've got to understand about traffic and you've got to start small, test it and track it. And that's why you need testing and tracking. And you can get that for as little as $12 a month. And when you see what's working, scale up what's working and you adjust what's not working. And if you can get it working, then you scale that up. And if you can't get it working, you get rid of that element. You've got to know exactly what is happening, where your sales are coming from, where they're not coming from, what's happening with what you're paying for. And even if you're generating some free traffic and you've got no money and you're going out and you're posting on Craigslist and Backpage and classified ad sites online, and you're spending time all over the place doing these things, and you're blogging and posting articles, and you're doing all these things which are supposed to be free. They're costing you a lot of time, but they're not actually not dipping into your wallet to pay for things. You still need to know what's working, because if not, you're wasting your time. What if you're doing all these things and you make one sale? Where's that sale come from? If you don't know, you're wasting your time on all the things that aren't working. You can't afford to waste your time when you're in business. You can't get time back. You can always make more money. You can get most things back. You can't get time back. If you're wasting your time, you're doomed to failure. So you need traffic to your website, and you need to build that into your budget. And probably the minimum for traffic that you should be looking at is, personally, I would say $200 a month. But if you can't do that, you've got to make some sacrifices and say, okay, maybe $50 a month. For $50 a month, you can probably get solo ads. If you shop around and you start working out deals with people, you can probably get 100 clicks or so per month in solo ad traffic for around about $50. And gradually you will be able to make that pay, getting into profit and start generating some income, and then you can start reinvesting that as well. But only when you've got all this in place and it's covered in your budget should you then start spending more cash on recurring expenses from people that say, join our team because you'll earn residual income and you'll live the life of your dreams. And this is where people go wrong, because they're starting here instead of starting where they should start, where I told you at the beginning of this presentation. And if you're spending this money here on essential tools, $20 a month, wouldn't it make sense for you to be promoting these as affiliate things? You can promote domain name registration as an affiliate. You don't make a fortune. People spend $12 a year, and you might make $1 here and there, but it adds up. If you've got 12 people and you're making $1 on 12 people, your domain name registration is free. And everybody needs domain name. Everybody needs everything we've talked about. If you've got an autoresponder, there we go. Where were we? If you've got an autoresponder here, I would recommend GetResponse or Aweber. Personally, I would recommend GetResponse. They're about the same price, but GetResponse is a little more friendly to internet marketers. Let's put it that way. You're not going to get into trouble with them as easily. The cost is about the same. The affiliate plan pays about the same. They both pay about 30%, I think. So if you're promoting here and you're getting 30%, what's that? Around a third, $6 or $7 a month for everybody that you refer. You refer 3 or 4 people, and your autoresponders free. Hosting, most of those have affiliate plans. Backup, most of those have affiliate plans. Testing and tracking, most of those have affiliate plans. And I can show you where the best affiliate plans are for this. And even if you go with this option here, there's an affiliate plan here that'll pay you $5 a month. So let's just look at this for a minute. If you sold 2 people this package, you'd be making $10 a month for $8 going out here. You're $2 in profit. That's ignoring this, okay? But this would come down to $10 a month. So your expenses are now just $10 a month, just by 2 sales here. And this, actually, you can get very good commissions on this. I think it varies depending on the amount of sales you're generating, but I think they start around about 35%. So you'd be making $4 a month here. And if you get up to a bit more with them, you can get up to 50% on this. So you can be very quickly covering your costs by selling stuff to people that they really need for their business. These are must-have items. Okay. So how do you put it all together and sell this and also make money on the traffic? Because there are affiliate plans for traffic too. I can show you in a program I run, truthwithouthype.com, exactly how you can do this. The whole system is set up for you. There is an extra recurring cost. So only when you know that you can cover all these other things do you want to get involved in an extra recurring cost. And for Truth Without Hype, it's $25 a month. And for every membership you sell, you get paid $20 a month. So if you looked at the overall picture and you were to set yourself up, and let's say you were at this and you were paying $20 a month here, and you were paying another $25 a month here, you're paying $45. 2 sales overall will pretty much cover your costs and even get you into a small profit. Just 2 sales. Okay, and that covers then your fixed expenses. You can go on and make more sales, and you can build on this with these programs, with all these need to have items, but only then should you be looking at this type of stuff. Join our team, earn residual income, and live the life of your dreams, where you're paying out 125, 150, 250 on a monthly basis. You don't get involved in this sort of thing until you've got all this covered and this. Okay, make sense? Have we got any questions? Let me find my, usually I'm able to monitor this, but haven't been doing. Okay, folks. Do we have any questions? Anything from you? Time? Nice to see you here. Thelma, good to see you. Shakira, thanks for letting me know that you could see and hear things. Real, I don't know who Real is. Dennis, John, Larry, anybody else that's here, I appreciate you. I hope this is useful for you. If you've got any questions, you need to whack them in now, because if there are no questions, I'm going to close down the webinar. Okay? But it's here. It's what you should be really, really thinking about and doing. And as I say, so many people go at it from the wrong end. They get involved in some program that's costing them money on a regular basis. They've got no income to offset against that. They've got no tools. They've got no idea how they're going to promote it. They've just seen all these great figures and pictures of nice houses, and they've been told this is push button easy. And okay, thank you, Shakira. I appreciate you. So this is what you need to be thinking about. You need to know your budget and work with it. And as I say, there are must-have things. You can't seriously start a business without them. You also need training, but you can get training. I mean, in Truth Without Hype, I run weekly webinars where we can look at your business and see what's happening, and if you're not making sales, why not, what's going on. We have those sessions once a week. Those are workshops rather than webinars like this. There is also some video training in there, but we're adding to the training as we're going now. It should have been done by now, but I've had some family issues I've had to take care of. Plus, I suppose family as well, really, or she's treated as family by me anyway, and that's my little doggy. She's not been well. So for a couple of days, we've been trying to get her better. And we thought at one stage we're going to have her put down, but we seem to have found some medications. She's 11 years old, and it's a reasonable age for a boxer, but these new medications seem to be doing the trick. So she might be on borrowed time, but she's borrowed a bit extra. So hopefully that's going to work. Okay, no questions coming in. So that being the case, I'm going to thank you all for being here. If you want to see a replay of this, you can get it at www.sawp.com/live. And there will be links below the video there, which will be up in the next hour or so. There will be links there that will help you get set up with these essential tools if you've not already got them. If you have already got them, great, but remember that these are your fixed costs. They're like your rentals. These are like your normal business costs that you've got to cover first of all before you start getting into profit. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be any questions, so I'm going to just stop my screen share first of all. There we go. Thank you for being here. God bless you all, and I'm going to stop the broadcast.